We are not watching history unfold, we're living through prophecy. The warnings of the Virgin Mary, once dismissed as distant or symbolic, are now erupting into real-world events. And yet, so few are paying attention. This isn't fiction. This isn't fear-mongering. This is the revelation no one dares to speak aloud. The messages from Mary, spoken across Fatima, Salette, Garabandal, and Medjugorje, have never felt more urgent. The signs she gave us are no longer future possibilities, they've become the headlines of today. Look around. Signs in the heavens. Wars erupting without end. Nations turning on one another. A church fractured from within. A spiritual coldness sweeping the earth. Faith replaced by technology. Sin rebranded as choice. The fire Mary warned of? It's already here, burning silently beneath the surface of daily life. This isn't a theory, it's a call to wake up. In this video, we're diving deep into the heavenly messages that stretch from the hills of Fatima to the mysteries of Medjugorje. Why are we living in the end times? Which signs are unfolding right now? And most critically, what should we do about it? Too many write off the end times as doom talk for zealots. But Mary never once said it was the end of the world. Not at Fatima, not at Salette, not at Garabandal. She spoke of something deeper. The end of an age, a time of purification, a spiritual war that would test every soul. She foretold chastisements, secrets, a warning, a miracle, and eventually a peace. But before peace comes, fire. And that fire is already licking at our doors. This age has already begun to fall, and if you're still unsure, listen to what happened over 100 years ago in a tiny Portuguese village. An event that still echoes today. It was there that 3 poor shepherd children encountered the Queen of Heaven, and their lives and the world were never the same. In 1917 at Fatima, Mary gave a prophetic warning to those children. If humanity does not turn back to God, a greater war will come. And it did, World War II. She warned that Russia would spread her errors throughout the world, and communism did exactly that. She said the Holy Father would suffer greatly. And on May 13th, the feast of Our Lady of Fatima, Pope John Paul II was shot, right on schedule. But perhaps the most chilling of all was the vision of the third secret, a bishop in white, walking through a destroyed city only to be struck down by gunfire. An apocalyptic image. Some say it's already come to pass. Others believe it's still ahead. Fatima doesn't just tell us what's coming, it reveals what's already here. A world drowning in sin, scorning faith. But Mary also promised that her Immaculate Heart would triumph. The world may be at war, but heaven has not gone silent. Salette took that warning further. If Fatima opens our eyes, Salette shakes us awake. Mary told the 2 shepherd children there that Rome will lose the faith and become the seat of the Antichrist. Those aren't metaphors, they are soul-shaking prophecies. And today, we see priests denying hell, bishops endorsing sin, cardinals in open opposition to each other. Is this the church Christ founded? Or is this the eclipse of faith Mary warned us about? In an eclipse, the sun disappears, but only from view. It still burns behind the shadow. That is our hope. But hope alone is not enough. We must resist, and it's here that Garabandal gives us clarity. After the darkness comes the sign. After confusion comes truth. At Garabandal, the Virgin spoke of 3 defining moments: the warning, the miracle, the chastisement. She revealed that after one pope, only 3 more would come before the end times arrived. According to many interpretations, that moment is now. Pope Benedict XVI was the last on that list. Pope Francis ushered in a new chapter. And now we have Leo, called the Pope from afar, a praying man, a shepherd calling us to return to Mary. And then there's Medjugorje. There, Mary delivered a final call. I have come to call the world to conversion for the last time. After this, I will no longer appear on earth. That sentence changes everything. "These are my final apparitions," Mary said. And with those words, she entrusted 10 powerful secrets to the visionaries. But they're not just symbolic or distant warnings. These are real events, with specific dates already set. One priest, Father Petar Ljubicic, has been chosen to announce each secret to the world 3 days before it occurs. This alone proves something crucial. The time is near, and these events are meant for our generation. If we already know who will reveal the secrets, that means the timeline is already in motion. This isn't abstract. It's not spiritual metaphor. It's unfolding reality. The clock is ticking, and everything is prepared. We are no longer the future generation spoken of. We are the generation. And we can't keep pretending maybe this won't happen in our lifetime. It will. Though the Church has not formally recognized the Medjugorje apparitions in their entirety, it recently confirmed that the initial encounters and messages are worthy of belief. That's not a small step. It means heaven has already spoken, clearly and supernaturally. And if Mary chose this moment in history to reveal herself again, it's because we are deep within the time she warned us about. This isn't a moment for more questions. This is a time for answers and for action. The trial is near, creeping in silently while the world is distracted. We don't need new visions. What we need now is eyes that can see. The saints tried to tell us. Saint Louis de Montfort spoke of the apostles of the end times, men and women, hidden from view, yet filled with divine fire. They would be warriors for truth, unafraid to give everything for it. Don Dolindo Ruotolo spoke of Christ's return in a time of great suffering, when all would seem lost, and only the faith of the small and pure-hearted would sustain the Church. Padre Pio, too, warned that the devil had been unleashed with unusual strength, because heaven had granted him a short window of power. Just like the closing chapters of Revelation. Blessed Anne Catherine Emmerich had visions of 2 churches, one authentic, suffering, glowing with divine light, and another built by human hands, popular in the world's eyes, but hollow and Christless. These aren't poetic metaphors. They are detailed snapshots of the time we are living in right now. We are no longer looking forward to these visions. They are walking beside us. The signs are everywhere. The battle is here. And you must choose. Living in the end times doesn't mean living in fear. It means living wide awake. It means keeping your heart from falling into spiritual sleep. Jesus himself gave us this command. Stay awake, for you do not know the day your Lord will come. Today, good is mocked, and evil is applauded. Prayer is considered superstition. Science tries to explain everything, except the soul. Faith is treated like a personal preference, not eternal truth. And that's exactly why we must stand up. Now more than ever, bold witness is needed. It's not enough to recognize the signs. We must speak. We must act. Faith isn't meant to be hidden. If we believe we're truly living in the end times, then every word can be a seed, every prayer a call to conscience, and every message like this one, a light in the dark. We are not spectators. We are witnesses, and witnesses speak. They prepare. They warn. Those who stay silent now are handing the world over to darkness. So what can we do? We must begin with conversion. Go to confession. Receive the Eucharist. Pray the Rosary every single day. Offer sacrifices for sinners. Love even those who hurt you. Forgive. Do not let hatred or bitterness rot your soul. In this dark time, you must be the light. Even if few stand with you, be the leaven. Mary never said evil would win. She promised that her Immaculate Heart would triumph. But that triumph comes only through our response. Yes, Trials will come. Confusion, betrayals, but also miracles, conversions, heavenly signs, and the signs have already begun. In Russia, people have witnessed radiant crosses glowing in the sky, filmed, photographed, appearing suddenly in the clouds. Some shouted miracle, others dismissed it, but the faithful knew these are only the beginning. Mary said one day, "A cross will appear in the sky. Everyone will see their soul through God's eyes." That moment is called the warning, a divine wake-up call for every human being. Then will come the great miracle, and if the world still refuses to change, the chastisement. But finally, a time of peace. As she promised, there's no time to delay. The signs are no longer coming. They are here. What are you waiting for? Don't wait for the world to change on its own. Don't wait for a louder sign or for someone else to take the first step. Start today, not tomorrow. Prepare your heart. Tear off the masks. Reconcile with God. If you're living in darkness, step into the light. If you're confused, open the gospel and pray for clarity. If you're wounded, forgive. And if you're afraid, look to Mary. She promised that with prayer and fasting, even wars could be stopped. This isn't a theory, it's a spiritual battle. And in every battle, silence is surrender. Don't wait for someone else to change the world. Let it begin with you. Your courage could awaken another soul. Your silent sacrifice could save someone lost. Your quiet prayer could soften the hardest heart. A single rosary, prayed with love, could be the turning point that spares the world from chastisement. Don't underestimate the power heaven has placed in your hands. What you do right now could be the difference between darkness and light for someone you may never meet. We are living in the end times. Not because it's a popular idea or a dramatic theory, but because history declares it, the saints affirm it, and the Virgin Mary has warned us. But she doesn't speak to scare us. She speaks to prepare us and to save us. So the decision is now, not later. There is no more time for spiritual compromise. You were born for this moment. If this message touched your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Let it be the spark that lights someone else's faith. Subscribe to this channel for more truth the world needs to hear. And above all, pray, fast, and live as if eternity begins today, because it does. May God protect you, and may the Immaculate Heart of Mary lead us all to victory.